Alt R. ठीक है. Okay, so let's try to make a. Let's open PowerShell. Okay, and
तो
here.
मैं थोड़ी ना खोलूं.
हाँ बोलो.
मैं भी खोलूं क्या अभी?
नहीं 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 नहीं, तुम देखो, जो समझ नहीं आया ना वो पूछ लेना.
ठीक है.
Okay, so I'm in C drive. Let's jump into documents. Okay, here I create npx create react app. Here I put npx create react app. So let's suppose it's a shopping app. Later on we're gonna create this on shopping, or currently we are making a counter in this right now. So I'm just executing this command npx create react app shopping. And why we are using npx not npm? Because we don't want to install create react app, just want to directly create a repository named as shopping. So it's saying that need to install. Okay, let it be installed right now. So it's creating a new React app.
हाँ सर.
Installing React and React DOM. So React is a package which gives our React calculations. React library. React DOM is something which actually responsible to render React components on the real DOM. No. So let's suppose you have some component, app component, header component, or whatever component. If you want to render that into the real DOM now, so you will using React DOM for that. So React DOM is having a method that is called render, which actually renders your entire React components.
Okay sir.
It may take some time while installing this. So it will give you a couple of files over there right now. So the welcome file. So here we are not running index.html. See, it will give us a node environment and we want to execute this React app. Then we have to do npm start. And how does it work? We're gonna see. There will be an entry in package.json, and in package.json there will be a script written over there, which is like a start script, and that script executes when we hit npm start. So we'll look on that what happened when we do npm start. What actually happened? How does it executes?
Yes sir.
Okay, so it's taking more than expected. Okay, so in React, there is a basic fundamental what we call is component. So in React, everything is a component. So there are two kind of components in React based application. So one is a presentational component and one is functional component. So what are the presentational components? Presentational components are just the banners or like, message or just the dumb components. Whatever we give them as a prop, they can only show those things in their component. Okay. They cannot interact by their own. Let's suppose there is a component who cannot change the DOM while executing anything. Like you cannot click, you can click, but it will not be doing anything over there. So
Okay,
such
sir.
components are called presentational component, right? No, and there are different kind of component. Let's suppose a counter component. In a counter component, you have to click increase, and the counter is keep on increasing, right? No, so you can do some interaction with the application. Those kind of component is called as functional components, not the presentational components. So presentational components are the dumb components and functional components are the real interactive components. right now.
Okay.
So in presentational components and functional component, both can have the props, right now.
Props. Okay.
But props, yeah. So, but the presentational component only have props. They don't have states, so that they can change their self, right now. So functional components are having props as well as the state also, right now. And now what is state, we're gonna look while when this application will be created. So let's wait for its creation. How much will it take? No idea.
The folder size भी काफी बड़ा बनता है इनका React apps का जो होता है.
Yeah, because they are, actually installing all the dependency whatever we require.
Okay.
But we can, refine these things. But if, let's suppose, we need to deploy this on production, so in that case, we need to bundle it up and run a build script, so that they just only give a build folder. In that build folder, you will have only those things you want to deploy. They don't deploy everything on the server.
Yes, sir.
So that is very important. It's taking more than like expectation. Does it take that much in your system also?
Yes, sir. Around 3 to 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
Okay. Let's see. Wait for it.
चाबी लगी ना
I think now it's resolving, and template package using npm run node audits. Yeah, it's working now. Okay, so it's saying,
Yeah.
if you are reading over here, success created shopping at this, inside that directory you can run. See, inside that directory, so we cannot directly run over here. We need to go into this directory first. So for that we need to cd, and then we write shopping, let's suppose, and then we are in this directory. And we can use npm start, npm run build, npm test, npm run eject. And he's saying, if you want to start, then do cd shopping and then npm start. Okay, so now if we do npm start, it will run the basic React application whatever they have given to us. Okay, let's try this. So I've done
So this also run in command prompt.
yeah, in command prompt, PowerShell, anywhere you can do
Okay.
this. Yeah, so it will also take a while running the server for the initial time. Next time it won't take that much.
Okay.
So when I did npm start, it started a node environment and node server, and that is hosted on localhost 3000, I guess. And it is by default opening on Internet Explorer. We can copy this URL and go to the Google Chrome. Not an issue in that. Okay, so our React tab is running now. Perfect.
Yes, sir.
So let's go to PowerShell and close the server. If I click, Control C, that gonna close my server. What's going on? It's not closing. Yeah, it's closed. And then I need to open in Visual Studio Code. So for that, I can open the current directory in the Visual Studio Code. For that, I am writing a command code space dot. Dot stands for the current directory. Okay.
Yes, sir. Current directory.
Yeah, let me run this command. So it will open this folder in the Visual Studio Code. And there we gonna look into the couple of files that what they are actually doing. The system is being slow for. Okay, so here there is a package.json. So here we can have like some scripts like start, build, test, and eject. Okay, so this start script is actually working while we are writing npm start. Okay, so internally they are executing this command. And what is this command? React script start. So they have written one more script in React script folder. So there must be a React script, and that command executes for the starts, and that handles all the node environment. Okay. But we need to understand what is doing when we writing npm start, and this is the RT. This is the application name, and there are some dependencies. They are already mentioned in the package.json. Package.json is actually our all configurations here, whatever we want to set up before running the application or while running the application.
So what is this version 0.1.0?
This is the basic version they have given, like 0.1.0 means we are developing. Whenever we are get this into the production, so we'll start with the 1.0.0. Okay, so
Okay.
the first letter, this first letter is saying the critical release, the critical change into your application, that is 1.0.0.0. Okay, and if it is critical change, again there is a lot of change. Okay, so it will come up by 2.0.0. Okay, the second parameter says the features. If you added one feature, like you having a version 1.0, and let's suppose you added a feature in that particular release. Okay, so you'll write like 1.1. And the third thing is for the bug fixes. Let's suppose within that feature there are some bugs. Okay, and you need to improve that bug, so you can give like 1.1.1, 1.1.2, some bug fixes. For every bug fixes, if you want to release that, you're gonna improve the third parameter. If you want to include a new feature, then you're gonna include a second parameter. If you want to change the entire app with a breakthrough change, then you're gonna update the first parameter. So this is the versioning process. Okay,
Okay, sir.
semantics. So this about package.json. So let's jump into the see, as I'm saying that I'm not running the .html directly, so it's a node environment. So the welcome file will be JavaScript file, not index.html. So our welcome file should be this. This is the
Index.
file which gonna run when we do npm start, right now.
Yes, sir.
So it imports two packages, React and React DOM, right now. So here we are not using any kind of React thing right now. So for that, we are using for the strict mode. Now, what is the strict mode? Strict mode is something which gives you some, space to write your application within that. It is for web and the mobile also, right now. So that is a strict mode, and there are a couple more use of this. Like you need not to write anything like it won't reflect while you are inspecting it. It will directly give you app div. It won't give React dots strict mode wala div, right? No.
Yes, sir.
So there are some benefits while using this, and this also let our application to be reactive. But one more thing, this doesn't work on the production, so we have to remove somehow this. This is only for development purpose. Okay, so anyhow we
Okay.
have to remove this, so let's remove it. Okay, so this is the application, and now we are not using React anymore, so we can rid of it. Okay, and we don't want for the report web vitals also. Okay, let's see the simple React application. How does it work? So this is basically a simple application. We are importing a component which is called app. We are giving some styling which is in index.css, and here we are importing a React DOM library, and this is exporting React DOM, and we are importing here, and using React DOM dot render, we can render our application within the root element. And now where is this root element? Let's go to index.html. That must be having a div with the ID root. Here it is, right? So
Okay.
this is the basic process how React works. Okay, so React DOM is actually responsible to render our component to the real DOM. Comfortable with this?
Yes, sir.
So this is the magic going on here. This is the real magic where your virtual DOM, this app is actually your virtual DOM turned into the real DOM. This is the React policy, you can say. Here they turn everything. Okay, so this file is important for us, and after this we have to go into the app dot. Let's going into this app component. So whenever for every path you are looking, if you do control and then click on that, so it will open up that file. Okay,
Control N.
control click. Let's suppose this file is here, there is a path. You to
Yes.
press and hold control, and then you can see it's become a hyperlink. So if you tap on this, it will open this file into a new tab.
Okay.
Okay, and there is a lot of thing already written over here. We don't care this for now. And look at here. So there is an inbuilt code written over here, and let's read all of this out of here. Let's suppose my first React application. Okay, let's save it, go here, and let's open it, go to the terminal. And how should I start this application?
This terminal.
Yeah, how will I execute my React app?
npm start.
Npm start. When I write npm start, you're gonna run my server. Let's wait for it. So within the PowerShell, we actually ended that server, so that's why we need to restart. Okay, and let's open it up. And if it is not running and I hit this server, it gives me the issue that the site can't be reached because the server is not running. When this server will be running, then only it will be serving over there. My first React app. Since we are not using logo here, we can actually remove this and this way, and this gonna execute our React application. My first React app. So far, any confusion, like any questioning over React application? How does it work? What is the process?
No, sir.
Okay, so now it's starting the development server.
Yes. Localhost 3000.
Yeah, so by default there is an Internet Explorer, so I'm gonna change it soon. So meanwhile there is some, React dev tools. There is an extension for the Chrome browser, React dev tools. So React developer tools, go into that and add to the Chrome so that we can see our components over here right now. So here is the option to add to Chrome, checking, add extension, and the extension will be added over here. Okay, it should be added. Let's see our application. So my first React application is working over here. And now we can see we have the extension also. Okay, let's, there's an extension. So what is the benefit of this extension? If I inspect this, right now, if I inspect this and go in, where can I go? I think I need to rerun this browser. Let's try this. Close the Chrome browser. If I open up the Chrome again, localhost 3000, I guess. So here, if I inspect,
Sir, why it came to center this text my first React application?
what did you say?
Sir, why this text came in center my first React application?
See, we have already given some app.css over here. Na? Within that app.css, there is text align center, some background colors.
Oh,
There are a lot of things already given over here, right now. That's
okay,
how
okay.
it's reflecting over here. So see, I restart my Chrome and now I can see one more tab over here that is called components,
Yes, sir.
right? And if I'm tapping this components, you can see that we have one component that is called app component. This app component
Okay.
is the entire component. So whatever you're gonna create by the ladder, you can see that this elements is your real DOM. Okay, you can see that here. And
Sir,
here is the virtual DOM. Actually, all the components will be here, the React component. So this extension, that React Dev Tools, is responsible for this. So you can have components, profilers, and a couple more things you will understand by the time. Okay, so
yeah.
let's remove this. This is my first React application. So far, so good. And now look at this. If I do some changes and save it, if you have a auto save, auto indent extension here, so it gonna, destroy the indentation for this file, because this is a JavaScript file and we are using as a React component right now. So in React, we have a thing that is called JSX. Look at this thing. We are returning HTML in a JavaScript function, right now.
Yes, sir.
So this is a JSX thing. that is called JavaScript syntax extension, not just JavaScript. Okay, so either we can, rename this file, or we can say app.jsx, or we can go here. Look at the bottom. Here is an option JavaScript. So click on that and search for React, and it will show JavaScript React. So if we tap on that, it will become now a React file, not a plain vanilla JavaScript file. It's now a React file, and that says that we can also use the JSX also. So it won't destroy your indentation anymore. Okay. Okay, let's save it and let's build our first new component. Go into the source folder, new folder. Let's call components, and within that component, let's create new folder. Let's call message, some message thing, no? Message, and within the message, let's create new file and call it message.jsx. So whenever you are going to create a new file, create by JSX only. Okay, so here it is. And let's suppose we need to create a function. So there is a snippet given by this Visual Studio Code, like RAFC, that says React arrow based function components. It's not reflecting my snippet. Yeah, it's reflecting. So if I tap on this, it's already, import this React and allows me to create a component as message. And component is nothing, just a function which actually returns an HTML. Okay, so you can see it's returning an HTML and it's a function.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we create a message, or within that message, we call this is my message. Okay, let's save it and want to use in app.js. So within the header, we want to show the message. So I'll start with the starting writing the component message, and while it happens, I press enter so that you can see there is already import available at the top. So we can directly use this component. Let's refresh this, and this is my message coming from the message component. Similarly, we can give some props also. Here we can provide some prop also. Let's say data equals to, this is the message by props. So I'm passing a property that is called data. Okay, saving it, going to message.jsx, and within this parameter list, I can use this as a data within the curly brackets. Okay, you can also have it like props. Okay, but in that case, you need to write whenever you want to use the JavaScript variables, you have to use curly brackets. Okay, so here you can write like props dot data, save it and run over here. So this is my message, and this is the message by props, right? But if you don't want to use this prop dot data, prop dot any other prop dot this, you can directly destruct this by doing like, there is a property in the props that is called data. So you can just add curly braces and then you can write data. So it will be destructured. And now if you directly use data, it will be reflected as earlier also. Right? Hope you're getting this.
Yes, sir. Right.
Okay. Now this is what we call a presentational component. It just, showing whatever we have given it to you. It cannot do at their own. So this is a presentational thing. Okay. So we need to make a counter over here. We need to create a counter application for now. So let's remove the entire head from here. Let's comment it out and let's create a new component that is counter. Okay, so let's jump into components, new folder, and say counter, and let's suppose new file, and that is called counter.jsx. So whenever we are going to create a component, that should start from the capital letter, and whenever we are creating a directory, that should start from the lowercase. Right now, it's a kind of a convention.
Sir, is it compulsory to start with capital letter?
Nothing is compulsory here, but yes, it will be better if you handle in such a way, because you can actually differentiate the real tags and the React components. Let's suppose you are creating a header component, and if you are starting with the lowercase now, so how will you know that it's a real DOM or virtual DOM? It's a component or it's a tag. So it's better to have the first letter capital so that it will give you things. So again, RAFC, so it gives me something. And in the counter, there must be two things. One thing, there I'll see my number, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So let's suppose there is a div, okay, and that is showing 0 for now. And the diff, one more thing over there is input type equals to button, and that says increase. Okay,
Yeah.
right now, and let's save this and import it here. Open angle brackets and then write counter. It will prompt us to import the, see, it's now imported, and now just self close it. Okay, save it and see this on here. You can see like 0 and increase.
Yes, sir.
Right now, so what we want to do, whenever we tap on this increase, it should get increased. Right now, for that we need to write something, one thing that is called state. Now what is state? State is something which whenever you change that state, the entire components get re-rendered. Okay,
Yes.
are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
State is something, whenever you change that state, the entire component got re-rendered. Okay, so let's create some states. So how does it create it? So as we are importing React, we can use within the curly brackets, after using comma, we can use state. So okay, this way we can import this. So we are going to use hooks. So whenever I'm importing anything with the use state, use effect, use reducer, use anything, so these all things are the hooks in React. Okay, so the first hook that we are learning is states. Okay, use state. So how does we use it? So just write use state, and it will prompt to use state snippet. Okay, use
Yes, sir.
snippet. So enter on that, it's gonna create some snippet. So whatever state you want to create, right? Whatever state you want to create, just write that name. Let's suppose count. So you have created a state count, and then press tab so that it changes to set count here, and then it comes here. So in the use state, you pass the initial value of that count. What should that be? It should be 0, right? Are you getting my point?
Right, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is 0. So here, instead of 0, we print that state. Mohit, I'm audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here in this place of 0, we can
Yes, sir.
use, by using curly brackets, we can use this count here.
Counter function.
Count na? See, count is having value 0. And whenever
Yeah.
we need to change this count, we have to use this function, set count, this method. Whatever we pass into the set count, it will change into the count, and that count will automatically get reflected here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's save it and see this. It's again 0, but this time this 0 is coming from here.
Use state. Okay,
Yeah.
0.
Yeah. It's visible now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's do something while we are tapping on the screen, increase button. Okay. So within that button, we have to write on click handle, right? And let's create a method, what we call increase. And we need to pass only the method name over here. We need not to call that method here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And why so? Because this is not an HTML file. This is a JavaScript file, and this file will be converted to HTML. So when does it convert it to HTML? It will be called right away when this element got rendered. Right? If we call this method over here in this way, it will be called whenever it renders to the DOM. So instead of that, what we can do, we can just only give the reference of that function. Okay.
Okay.
Now we can create the function over here. Const increase. Right. Perfect. So this is the way to create a function. Right. This is the arrow function, arrow based function. We can also do like this way. So this was the conventional approach. Right.
Regular function.
Yeah, function. This was the conventional approach. Now just remove the function, and instead of that, after parameter list, you just add a arrow over there. Okay. And now this is the arrow functions. Okay. Now within the increase, what you want? You want to set the count, right?
Yeah, when we click on increase button,
Yes,
then
you want
value.
to set the count. And how do you want to set whatever the count is? You want to add 1 in that, right? And that is it.
Yes.
And look at this now. On click, count is 0. You are setting it to 0 plus 1. So now
Plus
the
1.
count is 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever you clicking it again, so the 1 plus 1, right? So it's keep on changing. So let's try this. So if I do this, it will work. Working fine.
Right.
So what will I have to do while writing a decrease counter also, decrease button also? Please suggest me what to do.
Sir, we can create another function const decrease.
Before that, we have to create a button also.
Yeah, sir, button.
So let's create a button.
Input button with decrease value.
Decrease. Okay.
And on click function name is decrease.
Decrease. And
And we create another function, arrow function decrease.
See, if we don't have any parameter in this arrow function, we can write in this way also. That says empty. Okay. So set count, what we need to write to in set count?
Count minus 0.
Minus 0.
-1, sorry.
Minus 1, of course. Okay. So let's save this and run this. Increasing, decreasing. Perfect.
Yes.
Let's suppose I have to create a button which doubles the value. Actually, what should I need to do?
So we should create another button with new value, and in function we can do count multiply by 2.
Perfect. So let's suppose I'm copying this and entering over here. Instead of here, we write double up, double only. Okay. And create a method, double it. Okay.
Yeah.
Copy and create one more method, call const double it equals to, here what we can do, set count
Multiply by 2.
count star 2. Let's save it and try this. Okay. Refresh. So increasing, decreasing, double. You can go wherever you want to do. Perfect.
Yeah.
So now you
Yes,
can
sir.
see that we can create a presentational component which is like this, which only
Yes, sir.
handles the props. But here we have counter.jsx, which is a functional component, which actually can set their state. See, I'm just setting the count. I need not to write that whatever is set in here have to update over here. It will automatically get reflected when you just set counts. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is the key feature of React. So you just update the state. This will automatically get reflected wherever is used. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is the basic React component. You can give some practice over here, and let's. Any question if you want to ask?
Still, so don't have questions, sir. I need to practice first
So
this.
you need to practice this entire thing whatever we have actually created over here. So tomorrow we gonna learn that how to create a form and how to add a form and delete item from the products. Like let's suppose we're gonna create an array of products and there will be a form. Whenever we tap on add product, so it will take values from the form and then it will push into the array of the products, and then after the addition we're gonna work on the deletion and then with the added products. So add product, edit product, and delete product. So we're gonna learn like add and delete we can learn tomorrow, and after that we're gonna learn about the added thing also right now.
Okay, sir. And when we are going to start JavaScript?
So we'll learn within this React. So let me stop the recording for today. And where can I stop this? I don't know. You are sharing, that is okay. Stop video, it's mine. Pause share, pause recordings.